perfectly. One of them will be 5-2 and be in contention for this 3-way tie. And we will just wish them both luck. It's going to be an exciting match. And we're just jumping straight into it right here and now. TerrenceM on the top here with the Hunter, Empanizado with the Warrior at the bottom. And already drawing one of the key cards here for Empanizado, the Dr. Boom Mad Genius.
There's a couple of key cards here. Not only do you have Dr. Boom Mad Genius, but you also have Wrench Caliber, so you can start getting some of those bombs into Terrence's deck a little bit early here. And this matchup does play a little bit differently. We haven't seen the Bomb Warrior versus the Mid-Range Hunter yet today. I know Terrence had an unfortunate happenstance with it a little bit earlier, but starting out really strong by being able to have that Shimmer Fly on turn 1. And Empanizado really can only play pretty passively here, tapping every single turn.
Yeah, because Empanizado, he knows also this, that the Hunter is the more aggressive deck here. He has a lot of options to go fairly aggressive with stuff like Animal Companion, Dire Frenzy, or some minions and stuff like that. For TerrenceM's side, though, he needs also to hit all these cards that are important. Even using stuff like Deadly Shot here to just deny draw, it's so key for TerrenceM, because if he denies all the draw for the Warrior, it means that he has less the Warrior has less resources to answer big board states. So for TerrenceM, though, there is 2 ways to win this matchup as well. One is just out-tempoing, using all of the tools you have available, getting like a Huffer to stick with like Dire Frenzy, or doing stuff like Unleash the Beast, and just building a big board. Then you have the second win condition, which is just a big Soul Jin board after you, the Warrior expended a lot of the resources. Then you have the third win condition, which is shuffling in a bunch of 1-mana Timberwolves and use them in conjunction with the Thunder Rhino and just kill the Warrior from like 50. So there's a lot of ways to go around this here. And Empanizado, you see him here aggressively using this Omega Assembly just to get, because he knows that, well, getting to 10 mana is going to be rough, and I need something right now to combat for the board here. So TerrenceM, though, you see a Flarksboom Suka here, and it's not an inclusion in his deck. It's the Shimmerfly card. Don't be afraid. He hasn't included this completely yet. TerrenceM, though, goes with the Unleash the Beasts, trying to just start this up, because getting ahead of the tempo here. This could be cleared with the Wrench Caliber, but it's not that big of a deal.
Still taking a lot of damage to face, though. Ziliox off the top of the deck, though, looks like an even better option to deal with that Wyvern that is already damaged here. And Empanizado gets to take back some of that health that he's lost from the early tempo advantage that Terrence has gotten in this matchup.
Yeah, the good thing also for Empanizado that he got like Dr. Boom Mad Genius, which is a key card, because, well, getting all your rush, or your mechs giving rush and getting a better hero power, everything is super important.
Oh yeah, no.
There's also the fact that he has Blast Master Boom, which can basically, if that gets played the early enough states, the Hunter has problems answering it, and those boom bots can deal a lot of damage, and you have a lack of healing in this deck, and you can just die on the swing from the boom.
You still have the Vicious Scalehide Dire Frenzy combination that we've seen a lot of, and Terrence got really lucky in that last matchup where he drew 2 Vicious Scalehides that were buffed back to back. So that was a little bit easier for him to deal with, but Unleash the Beast again. Clearing
off some of these minions here. Basically restarting the game back to 0 here now. Empanizado, for his he has the option of Blast Master Boom or Dr. Boom Mad Genius. He decides to go with the Blast Master Boom, which is a much higher tempo play here. With 2 bombs in deck, means that this will be 4 boom bots incoming. And TerrenceM is not looking happy about this. This is like the perfect thing for Empanizado, being able to play Boom on 7. Even a buffed up Boom.
Yeah, even a buffed up Boom indeed here. Spring Pause, though, will be coming onto the board for Terrence, potentially dealing with some of the boom bot pressure from that Blastmaster Boom.
Yeah, if Terrence wants, he can do like a 50-50 shot to hit the deadly shot on the 7/7. But that's still not feeling that great. It seems like he wants to go for something else. Like ending up in a 50-50, deciding whether or not you take 7 damage to face. Ooh, that's 4 damage from the first boom bot.
High roll.
That's gonna hurt.
He's gonna roll again. It looks like Lynx now.
With
going
the kill
to proc
command.
the kill command.
Yeah, with the Timberwolf as well. Just trying to do the not playing into the 50-50 here. Still though, these boom bots is going to hurt. And when he sees this Dr. Boom Mad Genius, ooh.
Wait,
no.
but Elec Wrench Caliber, you definitely do that if you are Empanizado. Go ahead and roll one of those boom bots into the Timberwolf to clear it. A decent roll.
Another 2 damage. Shuffling another 2 bombs into the deck. That means it's 4 bombs. You're basically at 1 HP now. And then you're basically dead.
You're basically dead if you do draw them, but Terrence is going to get a little lucky here, not going to draw one of the 4 bombs that are in the deck.
He needs to answer this this Elec though, and he has the Vicious Scale out with Dire Frenzy. That play means that he can't do the Thunder Rhino play that we talked about earlier, because while using one of the Dire Frenzy for it, but it also, this minion needs to get answered as soon as possible. Also healing up a little bit of the damage you already taken is good. Yeah,
this is the best Dire Frenzy target, really, that Terrence could have asked for at this particular moment. Now you've got extra lifesteal in the deck as well, and it gives you just a much better chance. But Dynamatic right off the top as well is going to give you so much.
Yeah, the Dynamatic has the options to clear here.
Yeah.
Just going for Dr. Boom Mad Genius, though, basically makes this an options to go further along. Picking up not the greatest hero power. We'd love to see the 3 damage hero power coming in here.
Absolutely.
Being able to do something. He has the option to just swing with a weapon into this, and just to keep his minion or the boom bots alive.
That's 5 bombs though in the deck.
Yeah, it's starting to look grim here for TerrenceM. 5 bombs and he's at 24 health. That means, well, you can just die any moment.
The likelihood of drawing all 5 bombs in a row, though, is very slim.
Well, we need to talk about the absolute outer points of statistics here, which is really fun. The Master's Call pickup, though, is huge because this...
Scale Hides.
Scale Hides, yeah. Getting 1 Scale Hide now would mean that he has some healing potential in the deck. That's the Spring Paw, Timberwolf, and a
Shimmerflight. That's not what you want to see. You don't really want to draw 3 1/1 minions if you're Terrence. You want to see those Scale Hides.
Yeah. This play, though, is pretty good. Just playing out the Shimmerflight, the hope is soaking up the bomb. Yeah, it sucked up some of the bomb. Gives him a second tracking, though, which is... Tracking is not something you really like in this matchup because, well, you want to...
I have a question to ask, though. If you track, because bombs are technically a part of the deck that you can draw...
You can track over the bombs.
You can track over the bombs, right?
That's true. But you need to track after the Soul Djinn, or else the Soul Djinn will just thin out your deck.
That's true.
So, Empanizado here, though, sitting with like a couple of low tempo turn, Militia Commander, Eternium Rover, and Dynamatic is like reactive cards, but seeing as he got the Blast Shield, he's pretty safe in how he can approach this. He's sitting at 35 health and just comfortable. Yeah, that's a Vicious Scale Hide, which is also good in this situation to be able to heal up a little more here. Going to play out Unleash the Beast, though, getting that juice for that Soul Djinn. But Soul Djinn is nowhere to be seen so far, and it needs to be played really soon.
Yeah, it definitely does, and there's a lot of activators for that card too, so you're going to get a significant amount of value if Soul Djinn gets played. We haven't seen a Soul Djinn get played yet from Terrence, and we've seen him...
in the end of the deck. That's Discover a Mech for Empanizado, which can really accelerate the kind of clock you can put on TerrenceM here. Terrence, on the other hand, picking up like a Headhunter's Hatchet. He has a lot of weird cards in his deck that doesn't really fit the warrior game plan, and it's one of the reasons why a lot of this stuff is put in there for other reasons. To, for instance, combat the...
Another Wyvern.
Yeah. But yeah, a lot like Headhunter's Hatches isn't for the warrior matchup. It's there for combating like rogues and other hunters.
Things that you can actually pick off with the Headhunter's Hatchet.
Yeah.
But we don't usually see warriors running minions that really are on the receiving end of that. But with the Discover a Mech, we'll take the Spring Rocket.
Yeah, another removal. Basically 4 damage removal whenever you need it. You could deal with like an Animal Companion or something like that. You also have the Brawls for the Soul Djinn turn, so you're pretty safe here as Empanizado and just waiting out the inevitable, because as long as this game goes on, Terrence's deck gets thinner and thinner, and there's a higher chance he draws these juicy bombs playing in his decks.
Yeah, and also a higher chance that Empanizado continues to move out of the range that TerrenceM really has with the mid-range hunter. You can get more blast shields, which gives you extra sustain within this fight here.
Yeah.
But Terrence needs to be really careful. Knowing that Empanizado does run double brawl means that you really can't overextend your reach. You do have the Scavenging Hyena here, but it is difficult at this moment in time to buff it. And you also really don't want to widen your board to the point that Empanizado says, I need to answer that with a brawl.
Yeah, so you need to put just enough resources to be comfortable and punish Empanizado just to have, like, basically, well, you need to check this and you need to use resources inefficiently. The good thing, though, for Terrence here is the hand from Empanizado is getting thinner. It's only 5 cards and drawing up to the 6, so it's less and less things going on for him. That's an Omega Devastator, though, which means that, well, you have some even more removal if you want.
Well, easy clear with the Zap Cannon onto the Vicious Scale Hide, just denying a lot of that healing potential again from Terrence. Now Terrence only has 2 buffed Vicious Scale Hides left in the deck.
That's a kill command. That's some of the burst that he can apply here. But with this Thunder Rhino and Timberwolf and Scavenging Hyena in hand, he has the option to, like, really go for it if he wants. It gives him some extra damage here. Yeah, I might also think about doing tracking, because as soon as you get tracking, you go deeper into your deck, you have higher chance to pull out, like, Suljin, pull out the key cards you need to win this matchup. And even if you're lucky, you just get to see 2 bombs in the card you want, and that's like the ultimate situation. But playing passively here can really cost him. He goes for the tracking, gets an Animal Companion here.
I didn't see whether or not a bomb was an option.
No, but an Animal Companion was an option, at least.
Yeah.
And this gives him the Misha, which is a fairly big minion that you can tack on and attack with later. But it's going to get dealt with super easily by Empanizado here, right here. And it seems like TerrenceM is playing on the back foot the whole time here, and it's not feeling that good.
He has been, for sure.
That's an execute as well, even more removal for Empanizado. He can use so many forms of removal, like Warpath is an option, Spring Rocket is also an option, Omega Devastator is an option. He has everything lined up for him if he so happens to need it. Seems like you go with the Omega Devastator route here, being due to the Dr. Boom hero, not hero power, but like hero passive. This one will get rushed and just deal with everything and just continue to apply pressure on TerrenceM here. That's the first bomb drawn here, down to 18 health.
There's 4 bombs left now.
Yeah, and 4 bombs is 20 damage. That's another Vicious Scale Hide, though, which can pull you out of this bomb lethal range here.
Still so many answers, though. Empanizado might not have a full card hand, but no matter what Terrence decides to put on the board, it's going to get answered here. This might even be a brawl board.
This is really clever for TerrenceM, though. He's going for the more aggressive turn now, just pushing as much damage as possible, sacrificing that Timberwolf.
Oh, that's one of the bombs.
One of the bombs has been diffused.
I'm pretty sure with the first tracking that we saw, we did see a bomb removed from the deck.
It might be. I didn't get to see it that fast.
Yeah, it was so quick. I mean, you saw the Animal Companion, you're just like, yes, yoink, that's what I want. But
with this Blast Shield, though, with the shield block as well, you have an opportunity to just shield slam something. You can use the Spring Rocket as well to really remove whatever you want here. Using the Execute as well. Wow. Probably also...
I think that's smart. I mean, that's the only Tundra Rhino that we have in the primary deck list for Terrence.
Yeah, meaning no more charged minions going to phase you, so you're no longer scared of getting bursted down. You're sitting at 25 health as well as Empanizado, so you're pretty safe. This weapon coming down, though, might be something he needs to reconsider here. And the Animal Companion also, as well, like... He might just think that one of the options he has to go is to get the second Dire Frenzy and just get Huffer from Animal Companion and Dire Frenzy instantly, having 3 more 7/5 rush charge minions to punch face, which is one way he can win this. But it seems like that's what he's thinking, since he's not Animal Companioning before this Headhunter's Hatchet. There is some rough situations, though. Seeing as the Warrior basically had... oh, he's playing around Harrison Jones with doing this.
Really?
But as we know, they play with closed deck lists going into this, and they don't know their opponent's deck list to the fullest.
Well, we know there is no Harrison Jones, so
there's nothing to be afraid of.
Yeah, you know what? I'm like, I've been chuckling a little bit at this. What do you even do with the Flark's Boomzooka that has been sitting in Terrence's hand?
I'm not even sure what's good.
I don't think you can do anything with that. I think it's dead.
Empanizado also going for the super aggressive player. He could have done like the sap cannon on the Huffer and kept this. Oh, that's Zul'jin. That's Zul'jin.
That's almost exactly what Terrence really needed in this situation. He'd been waiting so patiently to be able to use Zul'jin, and it is going to be an absolute fiesta here.
Oh, that's Dire Frenzy. Now we have 88 rushes in your deck with 5 mana.
That's good.
An Animal Companion. Gets a Misha. That's a kill command. Hitting. Oh, the Misha. The Misha is dead. First tracking is played. And that's...
Bomb?
Oh, the tracking picks the bomb as well. And he picks another bomb. No. Oh, this is horrible for Terrence.
I think that's it, though. If I'm correct about the first tracking that we saw, then that's all the bombs that are going to be in the deck.
Second Scalar is picked up. Ooh, kill command going straight to face here. Master's Call picking up one of these Wyverns. There comes the deadly shot and a new Animal Companion. That's a Huffer.
Gotta make sure that connects to face, though. The Wyvern as well. You can see Terrence is making these moves as soon as these animations hit the board in order to ensure as much damage as possible here. It's absolutely a race for the face right now.
Yeah, this putting the warrior down to 8 health with no... well, he has the shield block to actually survive some of it.
Oh, anything that lives, though, from this brawl is going to help him tremendously in these next couple of turns.
That's going to get cleaned up, though. If it was the 8-8, that would be a huge problem for Empanizado. But with this shield block, shield slam, he's able to clear this off this big board. He has a brawl for the next big board as well. And the deck from Terrence is getting quite thin.
I'm pretty sure there's only one card left. If I'm remembering Zul'jin's cries, I think there's only one card left.
Yeah, and now we might just see this Wyvern going down. He's thinking, well, why should I play around Harrison? I'm just gonna need to push this as much damage going face as possible. And 8-8 is hard to deal with, as we saw the shield slam going forward. And this Zul'jin might just be whatever. Oh, that big M Hunter though!
Right off the top, that's going to do a lot to deal with that Wyvern that's on board. Terrence was probably not prepared for that.
The problem here, though, is what would you follow it up with? Like the Militia Commander just for tempo, or the Hero Power? It's a bit awkward. You would love to play the Damage Stegatron as well
absolutely.
Here. There is some consideration of just playing the Alarm Bot. If it pulls the Damage Stegatron, that's that huge taunt that TerrenceM needs to get through. It's also the fact that if you leave something on board, you know that TerrenceM will heal, and if you drop bomb cards, that's not going to be as effective as anything. You can Militia Commander use Hero Power and just kill it, not leaving anything on board, so it's no vicious Scale-Hide heals going on, which is an option here. And Empanizado has a lot of different options going in. There's also, if you save this Big M Hunter, you can have it for later, but seems like Empanizado just want to go with the biggest.
You don't have a choice at this point. You've got 9 health left. You really need to deal with all of the big threats as possible.
That's the blast shield, though. That's a 7 more health to go. But this Unleash the Hounds just goes straight to the face, along with the Hero Power, along with the weapon charge. And TerrenceM takes the first game in the last series.
What an explosive start to the last game here for the WCG Hearthstone qualifiers. Terrence really wants it. Both of these players really want this. They need this win in order to secure a spot to go to China.
Yeah, and this is a really important win here for Terrence as well.
Yeah.
It looked really grim for a long period of time there.
It really did, but those Scale Hides came in clutch.
Yeah, the Scale Hides healed him just enough so he survives.
Zul'jin.
And then the huge Zul'jin, and gave him also a Huffer to give him extra damage. Everything basically worked out. And
awesome.
This is one of the game plans of winning versus Warrior. You just saw there, because the Hunter is so explosive. Even the kill command going face from the Zul'jin, just giving you extra 5 damage.
Well, you talked about the multiple win conditions that Terrence really had, and so he used the one that was available to him, which was just going to end up being the Zul'jin, really. buffing up the Zul'jin, making sure it was going to get a lot of value, and that's exactly what it did. But these players know exactly what they need to do in order to move into the next game. So we're going to go right over there. Mulligan already happened on both sides. I don't think we wanted to see Zul'jin this early.
Yeah, he kept Zul'jin in opening hand.
Yeah.
He didn't mulligan it away.
I think he just to ensure it.
Yeah, to ensure you have it. So when you have Zul'jin in hand, you know, like, well, all my turns, the first turns, it's just important to get as much value out of Zul'jin as possible. Marked shots, animal companions, a couple of Unleash the Beast, just be able to push through with that Zul'jin and just make the biggest board as possible. Because the earlier the Zul'jin it is, the less chance that the warrior actually has an answer to it.
Yeah, I mean, the con to that, though, too, is that during the mulligan, you're not giving yourself the maximum amount of chances to have that early game pressure that you can see from the mid-range hunter. But look at this start here for Empanizado. You're already going to be rolling into Augmented Elec. You just need to see some of those extra bomb cards here. But what can Terrence really do in this moment to deal with the Augmented Elec except to be really lucky with that Animal Companion?
Yeah, it's Huffer or bust to kill this Augmented Elec. And it hits Huffer again. It's always Huffer. It's always been Huffer.
Huffer or bust. I think you said it perfectly.
He has the follow-up with the Acolyte of Pain, though, and with the Dynamatic coming in on turn 5, he has opportunities here. This marked shot, though, is going to be super clutch to deny some of the card draw if he so pleases. There's also the option to, like, Deadly Shot here, just to like shut down one of the minions, but I think just going with the marked shot, be able to, first of all, get it into the Zul'jin, because that's one of the points now. Get stuff into the Zul'jin, so you have a good Zul'jin turn on turn 10, and then be able to go further. Hits the Acolyte of Pain, though, which is huge.
That is
denying Empanizado so much potential card draw for the future. That's an Omega Devastator, though. Will we see that for tempo?
Looks like it.
Looks like it. Empanizado has a game plan now. I'm just gonna out tempo this.
I've seen warriors, though, get punished for putting down an Omega Devastator so early instead of saving it for some of those bigger minions. Like, Terrence got some massive wyverns on the board. Omega Devastator would have really helped in that situation.
Yeah. That's a baited arrow as well, though, for TerrenceM, meaning next turn he can play a baited arrow onto this Eternium Rover, getting a 5/5 in the process and being quite safe here. And Empanizado is going to take a little more passive approach here now due to how his hand is shaping up.
Actually, I think that baited arrow gives us a little bit of information about what Terrence is running. I guess he didn't feel super confident with the primary deck.
Oh, this baited arrow is from Marked Shot.
Yeah, he decided to move to the...
No, it is.
It's from a... Just kidding.
Just kidding.
Just kidding. I was gonna say I don't agree with moving to the tertiary deck because I don't think that works in the situation. But nope.
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 The tertiary deck. No, the secondary deck from him here with we have seen the Vicious Scale. We've seen the one Marked Shot. So. He has the opportunity to have an Elec. We don't know yet, because that's the beauty of Specialist. You don't know what they're queuing up with.
Yeah, there's a 1 in 5 chance to be able to actually see what the differences are.
Here goes the Wrench Caliber, though. First bomb into the deck. Being able to play Blastmaster Boom next turn with 2 bombs in the deck is also quite a big turn here for Empanizado, being able to seize the board control here. Here comes the Unleash the Beast, though, the second one in the running. This Zul'jin is getting stacked, though. 2 Unleash the Beast, a Marked Shot, just ready to go with the Animal Companion as a backup singer for these 2 big 5/5s.
Will it be the Blastmaster Boom play, or is it going to be Militia Commander plus Omega Devastator for some extra tempo?
And the Militia Commander just answered his 5/5 right at once there. But this Blastmaster Boom is just so huge here for Empanizado. It's almost, or it's not a full board, it's 5 minions on board, and just being able to really force out some weird trades here, because these boom bots do some work.
They can, especially if you high roll.
Yeah, there we see the Augmented Elec coming into TerrenceM's hand. Means that he has the opportunity to go further into this means this is a secondary deck here. There we see the Savannah Hyman and the second Marked Shot as well. So we see all the tech cards coming in there. Hyman is one of the huge cards that Midrange Hunter used, like in the last meta before the patch. which is basically all revolving around. Actually, for Warrior's sake, it's hard to remove because it's divided over a death rattle. The kill command, though, is a nice pickup. The flare is for cycle opportunities, but the kill command gives you more reach or able to remove some of these threats here. Terrence is looking distressed, though.
This is such an awkward hand. You know, what do you really do in this situation to deal with the presence of that Dr. Boom, except to sack your Wyvern, which doesn't feel super good, and then you still have an open board for these boom bots to hit you in the face. Let's see if this Vicious Scalehide can soak up some of that damage.
There's also the trade there for is one of the things that he was thinking about, because he was thinking of not trading into Dr. Boom before after the boom goes off, because if hits for not hit for 4, that's a perfect one.
Right.
But if that
Absolutely.
So just hedging against everything here. Master's Call is an opportunity here. He has the opportunity to tracking once more if he wants that. Really don't like tracking before Zul'jin though, because it thins your deck so much, and Zul'jin doesn't pick necessarily the best cards from tracking.
It didn't.
Yeah.
It picked bombs.
So here comes the Master's Call here, giving him some more options to go into. This is Shimmerfly, it's Spring Paw, and it's
okay.
It's the big one here.
Interesting.
So using the Spring Paws and the Shimmerfly, just as he used last time, just to clear off some of these bombs.
Yeah, you really want to put the Hyena down, but you also really don't want to roll the potential for getting it decimated by one of those boom bots.
Yeah, the thing is, it needs to hit. It's like a 33% chance to hit, and it needs to hit 3 as well. It hits that one, so you buffs up twice.
You're a little safer now, as long as you don't high roll on one of these boom bots.
Well, they should be 100% safe now, because you go up to 5. That should be safe, but that's 3.
Yeah, the boom bot is going to deploy before you see the buff come out too.
Yeah, but this means also we have a 50-50 here for Empanizado to just kill this Hyena though. He also has like a big game hunter if he wants to answer it like a cleanly way, or a Mega Devastator for that sake, so he has some options.
I think BGH is okay here. There really aren't massive threats that Terrence has really put.
Yeah, the Mega Devastator is usually more versatile, since it's very rarely that you have more than 10 health. You can have more than 7 attacks, is easier to. That's the Augmented Relic though, with the Vicious Scalehide.
And the Dire Frenzy that you just pulled off the top of the deck, so.
Here we have the combo though. Now it's 6 buffed up Vicious Scalehide into the deck for TerrenceM here. Really giving all the healing he needs to stave off all this bomb pressure.
There's still only 2 bombs in the deck.
Yeah, but there's possibility of a lot more.
That's very true.
So Empanizado here has like a 50-50 clear on this Scalehide if he wants. If he Mega Devastators first. He can also Ministry Commander and Omega Devastator and use both of these removals to clear off. That also denies some of the healing.
There's Warpath also if he really felt like he didn't want to create a board presence, but I feel like you need to put a minion down at this point in the game.
Yeah, and they're also scared for Zul'jin as well, because if you leave these minions up, if you leave Elec up, that means the Dire Frenzy that's going to happen.
Yeah.
And one of the minions is going to shuffle 6 more, and then you always win in the fatigue here. Here comes the Warpath, yeah.
All right.
The first Warpath hits.
Nice.
Yeah, you want that to go face though, because you're going to Warpath 3 more times. But it's good enough, I guess. So I think we will just see a Zul'jin coming into response for this, seeing how much trouble Empanizado has been having dealing with all this. It will give you some cards in form of Mark Shot and the second half. Ooh, that's a bomb. We're down to 1 bomb in the deck here. Or does TerrenceM think he needs to do something? No, it just goes with the
Zul'jin.
This Zul'jin is pretty stacked. It's a couple of Unleash the Beast. There's a Mark Shot that doesn't hit anything, which is quite a shame, because that's a nice card to get. It does some tracking shenanigans just to get some cards out of hand. Ooh. But with Dire Frenzy on the Wyvern here, it's huge though.
Yeah, that's what I like holding on to those Omega Devastators for, just in case this Zul'jin shenanigans happens again.
That's 100 mark. Ooh. Master's Call is going to pull some of those buffed up minions. The Beta Arrow goes straight to the face for 3 damage. And the thing now also, seeing as we see the Thunder right now, a Huffer as well. Thunder Rhino plus buffed up Wyvern is 10 damage to face for 2 cards.
Terrence is going to burn something, though, next turn.
Yeah, I don't think he cares.
I don't think so either. First Brawl, though, coming out here.
Yeah, follow up with probably a Mega Devastator or a Shield Slam, depending on what he feels like.
Or just Militia Commander. There are a lot of options to be able to clear out this Wyvern. It's just about whether or not you really want something to stick, or if you feel comfortable, you know, letting Terrence kind of kick off the momentum again.
That's a Master Skull. You don't care about that much.
Yeah, you don't care about that at all.
Full hand anyway. Here comes the Animal Companion first out. That's a Huffer straight to the dome. Follow up with a Hero Power and an 8/8.
May as well.
Yeah, may as well. Really just pushing out so much as damage. That's an Execute. You can't really play that now. The Mega Devastator, though, is good enough. You can also Hero Power and Shield Slam this Huffer if you want this removed and not take 4 more damage. You're at a healthy life total, though, at 26. And you can just start playing out these Clockwork Goblins and start to wrestle some of the tempo back.
Low value Shield Slam, but this puts a lot of momentum into Empanizado's hands here. A lot of agency now from, you know...
Oh, that's another vicious scale out, though.
Deadly shot. Double deadly shot.
And just vicious scale out Hero Power face just puts up a lot of pressure here as well. He has 10 damage with Thunder Rhino double vicious scale height as a burst option as well.
I think it's okay that we didn't see Empanizado play around the double deadly shot.
Yeah. But there's so many vicious scale heights in turns, and like it's just like you can't really get the grip on anything. This vicious scale, oh, that's a second kill command. Is it any way to set up lethal there? No, Empanizado is still too high of a life total, but you could set up lethal over a few turns.
Yeah, but he's running out of resources, Delta, to remove all of these lifesteal minions from Terrence's board.
That's an Omega assembly, though. That could be crucial. Whatever this pulls could be so important here. Double kill command straight to the face, though, means that Empanizado needs to find an answer in the Omega assembly, and he needs to remove the board, or he is done for.
I like that Terrence is putting on the pressure here, because he can really taste the victory.
Yeah, that's the Celiax. That's one of the cards that can actually do something here.
Can it magnetize with something?
Dinomatic is good, but you 1 mana off. Vicious Scrap Hound plus Celiax means that you gain 5 armor, heals for 5, and you can clear one of these Vicious Scale Hounds off, though, which is like a 10 health swing and removing a minion, which could be super crucial going forward.
Well, you can remove both. If you really felt like using the Execute, you could get rid of one of the Scale Hides and then Vicious Scrap Hound, magnetize it with the Celiax, and then heal, because you're kind of in desperate need of that right now.
This heal is big, though, and you saw both of the deadly shots being used. You're not afraid of this dying. You just keep the shield up, just because it's difficult to handle.
Yeah.
But that's Hero Power, and then you can trade for TerrenceM here, because the Hero Power is able to actually
target other minions on the board.
Yeah, that's a good Hero Power upgrade for Siljan there.
It is.
That's a fair upgrade, I would say, compared to like Dr. Boom just gets all these super OP ones. Tracking coming out here has the opportunity of another kill command or Vicious Scale Out or a Dire Frenzy. There's so many options there. It picks up the kill command.
I like it.
That means he can clear without healing his opponent, just pushing another 4 damage going in there. This looks like Empanizado he's struggling hard to get through all of this here. The Boom Reaver can do some magic, but he needs to pull a big minion. Second Omega Assembly is coming into hand.
Eliminates
it's Omega Devastator, basically meaning he can take back board a little by little for Clockwork, for the Clockwork Goblins.
2 bombs in the deck.
But this is over. TerrenceM is 2 damage off lethal here now, and these short, small damages in need. If you pitch up a Vicious Scale Height, he will have it. Savannah Hymen is not it, but you're sitting at a healthy life total, and you can start dwindling everything down here now.
So in the secondary version of Terrence's deck, there are 2 Savannah Hymens, so that's just one of the 2 that are left in the deck right now.
Yeah, and it's hard to remove this one. You have Dynamatic to remove the first part, and then you can trade in. But you need to also armor up because TerrenceM is sitting on 8 damage burst right this second, and you're at 10 health. This shield block is helping tremendously for Empanizado, though. Doing the Dynamatic, doing all the motions there. Still no Dr. Boom though for Empanizado either, so this means that this Dynamatic doesn't have Rush. That would be super, super crucial to really push it a little bit further. This Unleash the Beast just going to get hit the floor as soon as possible with this hero power as well, being able to clear out some of these minions. If TerrenceM saves the second Vicious Scale out, he has 10 damage bursts coming up next round, meaning he has set up lethal versus Terrence.
Boom Reaver here? Or do you Warpath?
Warpath is a safe play.
Hey, I think he's thinking about rolling the dice on this one.
Yeah. There's not many cards left in Empanizado's deck either, and Dr. Boom has not been seen. This Warpath, though, along with like Clockwork Goblin, really gives you some sort of defense. And you need to armor up as well. But TerrenceM keeps on applying the pressure here, but Empanizado is not giving up. He knows he needs to win this to be able to be a contender for the top 2 spot here on WCG 2019 American Qualifiers, and it looks like TerrenceM is just a hair's breadth away from actually making it. That's a Wyvern. That one is buffed up. That's 10 damage with Thunder Rhino with Wyvern. It's an 8/8. Can go straight to the face if you so want to. But it seems like he has other plans here. The Thunder Rhino with double Vicious Scale Height can also go face for 10 damage as well. So he has options in spades on how he's going to try to kill Empanizado.
Do you go for the face damage here, or do you go for control of the board? That's the question I think that Terrence is mulling over right now.
Yeah, but if he uses this Thunder Rhino, that's the thing. If you use the Thunder Rhino, it's the only one. So you need to use it well. And he has been saving it for so long because he's just waiting for an opportunity to just kill him.
I think you go face with all of this.
It seems like Terrence is agreeing with you. Doing 10 damage, putting your opponent down to 7. And currently, from what Terrence sees, there's no way to clear this this Thunder Rhino. This seems like this has to be a brawl.
Yeah, going to try to limit the possibilities of Terrence holding on to something from the brawl.
Oh, that's Vicious Scale Height surviving here.
There's no good way for Empanizado to clear this either.
Up to 9 health here. Scavenge Hyena doesn't help exactly right now, but it puts pressure on the board.
It gives you board presence for sure.
This Scale Height is going face every day of the week, and it's just a matter of time before Empanizado is out of. There's no more brawls.
I think you throw that hatchet at the face too. Yeah, absolutely.
That 1/1 can do whatever he wants. It doesn't care. Yeah, you can even use it because it's rush. You have to.
May as well, like.
Yeah. Putting your opponent down to 3. There's Shield Slam. Shield Slam does nothing. What will the Boom Reaver pull? I don't think the Boom Reaver pulls anything that can kill 3 minions here.
Is this gonna be it? That's it. A Militia Commander for 2/5. You see, just the wave going over Terrence's face, knowing that they're going to finish out the day 5-2. That's gotta feel good.
Yeah, and Empanizado there, he fought bravely in both the games there, but wave after wave after wave after wave of Terrence just putting on all the pressure, and then finally just eke out a win after a